People are like, ooh, that stuff's good. And I'm like, it's the most tolerable monster out there. The Lemonade Rehab.
Speaking of tolerable monsters, welcome to Magic Crystal Tech Support. I'm Josh.
I'm a monster.
And Dale.
Ian the Monster. Also with us is Caleb and Devin.
Get the tables.
I'm not going to do it, Josh. I would never introduce myself.
I know, I've gotten used to that. That's why I'm doing it for you, you lazy.
It's not out of laziness, thank you very much.
I choose to add whatever attribute to it that I want because you choose not to introduce yourself and we'll pay the consequences.
Oh man, look at those sweet asps.
Indeed.
Where are we going?
What do you want to?
Okay.
I don't remember.
Well,
what
we had just blown open the canal. That's
what she
thanks
said.
to the dwarves, and that is what she said. So now we can actually escape into the real ocean.
Woo-hoo!
But we have a lot of stuff, and I want to go sell it. So that's what we're going to do first.
Okay.
Alright, well, when we go through the canal, Josh, make sure you don't fuck it up.
Don't evergreen it.
I don't get it.
Don't evergreen the canal. The boat that got stuck in the canal.
Oh!
That halted.
Oh,
that
that
halted.
one.
Okay.
Recent news.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sue's gonna have.
Yeah, it's a big evergreen boat.
Did you know that the Japanese wasted no time in gaijinkaing the heck out of that? And having this anime girl that was stuck in the canal?
Are we sure that's Japan or America? 'Cause the Americans do draw anime style.
There was a chain of actual anime artists that joined in on that meme.
Oh,
So, much like the beset thing, a lot of anime artists actually did it.
Oh boy.
Bowser thing reminded me of the canon thing of Bowser that Caleb showed me a couple weeks ago.
Were they dating?
No, so a Rule 34 artist made a diagram, a 3D model of Bowser's penis.
Oh, crazy turtle penis. Go on.
They got copyright strikes.
Hey, hey. Nintendo has a very specific idea of what Bowser's penis looks like.
Well, you see, since they got copyright striked,
That means it's canon.
that means that penis is canon. We now know what Bowser's penis looks like.
Yeah, I know, and you can't make art of it because that's supposed to be marketable. If Nintendo ever goes into the business of dildo making...
I don't think any girl should buy that
Oh
dildo.
god.
What, you don't want...
What was the other thing we were like, oh god, about that's now canon because they got copyright?
The Meat Canyon Bugs Bunny thing.
Oh no!
Bugs Bunny is now a struggling rapist
I forgot.
because Warner Brothers copyright striked a YouTube video made by an artist named Meat Canyon on YouTube, and he makes very obscure
He makes
things,
really
videos.
messed up stuff.
He makes very messed up and obscure videos, and he put this video up that showed Bugs Bunny getting very acquainted with Elmer Fudd. Oh,
good lord.
Barely. It doesn't show anything graphic. It's on
There's
YouTube.
nothing graphic, but it's implied that Bugs Bunny is going to big R word
Poor Elmer.
Elmer Fudd, and then Bugs' dad comes out of nowhere
And stops him.
and stops him, and
I got copyright strike.
and it got copyright striked, and so he made another video where it showed his rendition of Bugs Bunny in a casket, and it had a big copyrighted logo over his face. And they said since they copyrighted it, it's now canon that Bugs is a struggling rapist.
They do live in the darkest timeline.
Thanks, Loki.
So then we went on a whole tangent of like if something gets copyright strike, it's canon. And then Ian came up with something. I forget what it was though.
Oh, I don't remember.
It was.
Doc, what's wrong? It's the memes, Marty. You have to do something about the memes.
So, yeah, that's a...
Is it Family Guy that makes the joke about when Doc comes back? He's like, "It's your kids, Marty. It's your kids. What about them? Your daughter marries a black man."
I don't really have a problem with that, Doc.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Family Guy.
What?
Was your Family Guy or American Dad?
It's one of them.
It's
a Seth MacFarlane cartoon.
Seth MacFarlane made that joke, yes. It was in his art style.
It's your kids, Marty. Your daughter marries a black man. So?
I think we need to stop hanging out, Doc. Okay.
He's got wide eyes. He's like,
Yeah,
I
so
thought you were having a problem with this.
Well, did you sell the stuff?
I'm working on selling the stuff, actually.
Are we in town?
We are in town. I'm selling all of these useless swords I thought were useful.
You already bought?
No, we found them in chests.
Oh, so me and Caleb were playing Final Fantasy IX, and I was telling him how like, most of the stuff I'm about to buy, you usually get further on in the game, but it's not that big of a deal because there's, you can combine two weapons to make a better weapon, and there's a lot of like overlap, so we'll just hold on to them and just like synchronize everything. So, but as we're talking about this, I just bought Thunder Gloves?
Yes, Thunder Gloves.
Thunder Gloves.
I literally stopped talking to them, walked 10 feet out of the shop, found a random chest in this town, and it had Thunder Gloves in it. So I just bought Thunder Gloves that are better gloves for me, and then got a second fucking pair for free.
Oh, so about this power staff that we found.
Yeah.
It gives Dale the same amount of attack power as his silver hammer, but I thought, oh, surely it had a secret ability you could activate because it's so expensive and it's called a power staff. Nope. So we're selling it.
It's worth a lot.
Because we're a hammer family here.
Exactly.
That's a lot of moolah.
We don't know.
Dale got his hammer directly from Maxwell.
Yeah.
And sell armor, and then we're going to buy some spells and really gear up before we head out.
I like how the
Are we
only way
gonna
I
metal
hear-
gear up?
Yes.
Are we gonna be a couple
Metal
really
Gear.
awesome games than just a collection of overblown, ridiculous, over-the-top garbage?
You got it.
That reminds me, so me and Caleb have been going to the gym a lot more and trying to stay healthy and all that. The gym we
It's
go
not worth
to.
time?
Huh?
Gime!
A game.
That was a Simpsons joke.
So this gym we've been going to has one of those ladder machines.
Uh-huh.
I have made it my journey, my end goal, first end goal, because it's not as long as I thought it was, is to climb the distance that Snake climbs the ladder in Dress All
Naked Snake and Ugly.
Oh.
The very end.
long 5-minute ladder up the mountain, inside of the
Where
mountain.
they sing the whole Snake Eater
See?
song.
I guarantee they made that sequence just so you have to sit there and listen to the entire theme.
I agree.
It has to be just long enough to hear
they're
all
like,
of
we
it.
paid for these people to make this theme song. We're making you listen to it.
Probably. But when I found out about the ladder machine and how it actually works out my knees pretty well, it burns. I have made it my goal to walk that distance, which is 412 feet? It was 412 or 422. In that area, and in one go without stopping. I've made it to 200.
Nice.
I'm halfway there.
I tried to use a ladder machine, but it requires you to have a belt around your waist, and the belt doesn't fit around my waist.
Oh.
Which is really fucked up because it goes up to like so basically you gotta put your height on this belt so it works properly for your height.
Yeah.
And it goes from like 5 feet to 7 feet.
Uh-huh.
I'm at 6'4", so I'm in the middle. And every time I look at it, no one has moved the 6'4", but I went to go pull my belt thinking that no one touched it. And it's like some skinny ass person did it. And I'm like, okay, so there's either a tall skinny ass person at this gym doing it, or no one's moving it to their fucking height.
Probably no one's moving it to their fucking height.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad it stuck at my height then, because I'm one of those guys who always make sure
What are we gonna buy? Some what magic? What magic?
I'm glad we won't fight her because that means, oh, Tony needs to get stronger. Here, take this better sword. Cool.
Yeah, you get white magic.
Eventually.
Yep. You become a knight.
Da-da-da.
Black belt is the only class in the game that does not learn any magic.
This fist's already magic.
I have the magic.
That's what she said.
Hurt.
I got magic hands. Hart wrote a song about me.
I got miracle.
So as it turns out, 4th level white and black magic spells suck.
Why?
They only have like one thing that you get that's worth a darn at level 4 each.
Well, I feel like it happens in Dungeons and Dragons too.
Level 4 is like a dead spell.
Name one good level 4 spell that you actually like. Besides the mission door. I'm pretty sure that's level 4.
I don't know. I don't remember what all spells are level 4.
Exactly my point.
I don't remember what all spells are level 3 either.
Fireball.
Fireball's level 3.
You know one level 3 spell is Fireball. Because everybody knows Fireball.
I love the Scroll of Truth meme. Ah, the wizard. I finally found the Scroll of Truth. Opens it up and it says, there are other level 3 spells you can set that's not Fireball. Yeah!
Are they worth it though?
Yes.
Are they worth more than killing everyone around you, including teammates?
Fireball doesn't even do that much damage.
No, but well placed Fireball does.
Well placed anything, pretty
Guardian
much.
of Faith is a level 4 spell.
I don't know what that is.
Ah, shit. That is
Yeah, it's a good spell. And so is Blight.
Are you talking 5th edition?
Yes.
Fuck that shit. Nobody plays 5th edition.
We're playing 5th edition. Fuck you.
Poor Erdrick.
Blight is a very good spell.
That's funny.
I don't know what
Does
Blight is.
8d necrotic damage.
Holy shit.
It's like, take
fail
that.
if they
I guess
fail
that's
concentration.
proof that Dragon Quest came first.
Yeah.
What?
There's a gravestone that says R.I.P. Edric, which would be the name of the hero in Dragon Quest.
Why? Are Final Fantasy fans saying Dragon Quest came second or something?
Well, just Final Fantasy came second. It's a cute little reference. Because, I mean, Dragon Quest was the first, like, RPG of this nature.
And that's why it was so clunky, but...
Oh, yeah. I mean, this one, too. I mean, this game is clunky as fuck, but you gotta understand that Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy kind of innovated the genre. Of course it's gonna be clunky.
I mean, look at Doom and Wolfenstein.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Tomb Raider.
Actually, me and my brother were just having a talk about these old games, how well they've held up. Because I actually was playing the original Harvest Moon the other night, and boy howdy has that game aged like milk. Oof.
Some games, I can tell you right now, I know that did not age like milk from my childhood. Mario Kart 64, Crash Bandicoot.
Crash Bandicoot holds up. Super Mario RPG holds the fuck up.
He really does.
I feel like all the Zelda games hold the fuck up too.
I haven't played the first Zelda in forever. Link to the Past holds up. Link to the Past absolutely holds up.
Oh yeah. Zelda 2, okay, that one doesn't hold up very well. But then again, it wasn't popular when it first came
Yeah,
out.
I don't even mind Zelda 2. I think Zelda 2 is just fine.
Here's the thing. I bought the level 4 spells for Red Mage. I don't have any per day yet. I'm not high enough to get any.
Whoops.
That's why you need to be a red wizard.
Morton Canaan's Faithful Hound and Morton Canaan's Private Sanctor with level 4 spells.
Really?
Mhm.
I didn't think those would be fucking level 4 spells, Jesus.
Polymorph's level 4 too.
Oh fuck! Polymorph's level 4.
Polymorph is pretty
Okay,
good.
so this is nothing like...
No.
At least Dungeons and Dragons now.
I thought-
Now you have to compare the OD&D magic list to see level 4.
And
Oh,
look at
gosh.
the OD&D magic list for
I
us.
can't
They're on
look
the
at
internet.
Also, Wall of Fire is level 4.
Level 4 was probably a junk
Level 4 has a lot of really good spells actually.
Yeah, they do. Only one I can remember was Dimension Door.
Also, Banishment.
Ah, shit.
Banishment's a level 4 spell.
Why? Hey, that's kind of overpowered, if you ask me.
Oh, it's only up to 1 minute.
Oh,
And it's one creature.
well, yeah.
You send them to another plane of existence for a minute.
Well, yeah,
But-
you can send them to Plane of Fire, which will probably kill them in a minute.
Because I want to know what they are, yeah. The only Plane of Fire actually doesn't do fire damage constantly. It's just...
Let's see. So, in the first edition, clerics at level 4 get Cure Serious Wounds, Detect Lie, Divination, Exercise, Lower Water, Neutral... Oh wow, that's when they finally get Neutralize
Control
Poison.
water.
So that would be why you get Pure at level 4 in this game, Josh.
That makes sense.
Speak with plants, I love this spell, stick to snakes and tongues. Throw sticks, it's the whole Moses thing. You throw a stick on the ground, it turns into a snake.
What the fuck?
Well,
Yeah, they
Why
took
did they
that
keep
from
that? That's awesome.
I don't know.
They have
Say,
Moses did it, so
conjure minor elementals and conjure woodland beings.
See.
in this town, it turns out the crops are blighted because of the earth crystal. A vampire is besieging the town.
Oh.
And the clinic is destroyed. You can't bring people back from the dead in this town.
God damn it, Lich.
Oh, it's a
It's
vampire.
a vampire.
Yeah, but
Damn you, Strahd.
Are you ready to hear this
she
shit?
said the Earth Crystal, which is the Lich.
Yes.
Yes.
Because
You don't know that yet.
Final Fantasy 9 taught me, bitch. Fight me. I can't pronounce the fire person's name. Don't ask.
Here we go, you ready?
No, it changes.
Oh gosh.
Level 4 magic user spells. Charm Monster, Confusion,
Same.
Dig, Dimension Door,
Same.
Enchanted Weapon,
No.
Extension 1, Fear, Fire Charm, Fire Shield, Fire
Fire
Trap, Fumble, Hallucinatory Terrain,
That's same.
Ice Storm,
That's same.
Mass Morph,
Polymorph.
Minor Globe of make multiple targets.
Oh, no. There's just one polymorph for 5e.
Um,
Oh, yeah, just magic.
Minor Globe of Invulnerability, Summon Monster 2, Plant Growth. Oh, well, no, I don't know what Mass Morph does, because here's Polymorph Other and Polymorph Self. Rare's Mimenic Enhancer, Remove Curse, Wall of Fire, Wall of Ice, and Lizard Eye. What the hell's Mass Morph?
Wall of Fire's right. And remove.
So
unless you
all I'm
polymorph
hearing
a bunch
is
of people at the
OD&D.
same time.
Once you get your wizard to have level 4 spells, that's when shit starts getting good for you.
Oh, okay. Mass Morph makes all of your allies look like trees.
Why?
Specifically trees.
Sneaking in the woods.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
no, no. Third level magic users get the shit. Blink, Clairaudience, Clairvoyance, Dispel Magic, Explosive Runes, the greatest spell ever.
Yeah.
I always had some idea of someone.
Isn't that spell like super?
It's crazy OP.
It's very what's the word for it?
Conditional?
Where you can like manipulate the way the game plays.
Broken?
Yeah.
If you know what to do, you can do
Can't
it.
remember what
I
it's
had an idea of a
I can't
character.
think of the word I'm trying to think of.
I had an idea of a character who kept writing notes on explosive wounds, tying them to arrows, firing them. It's like, oh, an important message. Boom.
I loved on the, Order of the Stick comic, there was a Vesuvius would write these notes. At the bottom of the notes it would say, by the way, I said explosive runes today. if you're the reader of explosive runes, at least in 3rd edition back, you got no save. You ate the 66 damage. No saving.
Why?
You weren't able to
didn't have
react.
the
You
chance
just,
to-
you just
literally
read it.
explodes right in your face.
Yeah, remember, you read the runes and they blow up immediately afterwards.
Right in your face. But you also get Feign Death, Fireball, Flame Arrow, Fly, Gust of Wind, Haste, Hold Person. Jeez, Hold Person is a fucking OP spell. Infravision, Invisibility 10 foot, Leoman's Tiny Hut, Lightning Bolt, Monster Summon 1.
That's awesome.
I didn't realize that was from OD&D. Holy shit.
Phantasmal Force, Protection from Evil for 10 foot radius, which is the name of the spell. Protection from normal missiles, Slow, Suggestion, Tongue, and Water Breathing.
Yes, Dale, you can turn
Really slow
undead,
and
and I can't.
Hey now. Hey, alright.
But yeah, because you're a cleric.
It's one of the spells a red mage can't cast. despite being the proper level. Yeah.
Oh, I got spells. Wow, magic user spells only got a 5th level one. Oh no, here they are. Here are the later ones. 9th level.
What the spells? How high did spell levels go up in OG?
9 for magic users and 7 for clerics.
Oh. Why does it stop at 7 for clear?
I don't know.
They don't.
Because clerics can wield weapons and armor, so mages just get bigger spells.
Okay.
But
So clerics are like a mix of like paladin and cleric.
Yeah, well, the new rules, we know they can use swords now. Apparently in Pathfinder they always could.
Yeah, especially if you pick the deity that could wield swords.
gods
I
aren't
also
going.
know that clerics could only use blunt weapons. They can only do bludgeoning damage, and that comes from a weird historical thing with the Knights Templar, and how there were certain sects, the Knights Templar, that said they couldn't shed. They didn't want to shed blood
Because you know,
So they would use
a warhammer is a ship.
bludgeoning weapons.
The story that's actually
It's
a
a
retcon.
thing.
That's a retcon story.
Oh.
The actual reason is because the leader of that sect of the Knights Templar took the phrase "live by the sword, die by the sword" literally. So he thought if he wielded a hammer or a mace, he would never die by sword.
Jesus.
Oh boy.
So it was something cool, and then we
It
figured out
was-
it was just somebody being a dipshit.
I can go and retcon the real reason and say, fuck that, that's stupid. We're going back to not wanting to shed the blood.
Have you ever hit something with a
Yeah,
hammer? That shit will splatter everywhere.
No.
Just sit
a
sit at
mace?
a Gallagher concert
Listen.
for like the last 10 minutes. And you'll
Is he
see.
still alive?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
Shit, yeah.
He's probably still using that hammer too.
Oh yeah.
At his age, he's probably like.
He had somebody look
I
it
don't
up. He holds on
know.
to
He's doing that like almost every night.
That's
It
true.
probably kept him
He's
in pretty
probably
good shape.
Yeah.
He's in real good. He's just fucking. He's like Master Roshi.
I actually went to a Gallagher thing once.
You used to
That
have
would
it.
be so cool.
Used to have your two back
Did
cap.
you wear a tarp?
No,
Oh,
I went
you
home.
get covered.
Yeah, we did. We weren't sitting in the front row, but because I was younger, so all the little kids were allowed to go up there. I got I had milk on me. I had watermelon on me. I was covered in
Combination of
crust.
smells on the drive home.
Oh man, it was bad. It was worth it though.
I remember your two back cap
Oh yes, the 2-back cap.
because kids these days.
Well, hat's backwards, so it just had 2 backs. No matter how you put it
Yeah.
on.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
It was basically a
That's funny.
beret with 2 of the adjustable
yeah.
things.
2 straps on it.
Yeah, it was a sure it was a Walking Dad joke, but
Yeah, but I mean, isn't that basically most of what
Gallagher does? Yes.
does?
The only time I remember going home drenched in something was SeaWorld and
Oh yeah.
Universal Studios.
Oh, thank goodness! I thought this was going to turn into a
Yeah,
very
I was like, oh,
not
that's gonna
safe
be
for work
real.
story.
That
No,
time, that
One time
in the
I was
alley in
splattered in
Atlanta,
something.
The one story I have
The
of
last
coming
time-
home covered in something was that one time in the alley in Atlanta. What?
I was gonna say, I remember I went to that bukkake party.
Yeah.
It was a Mandingo
No,
party.
we went to SeaWorld. Surprise, surprise, I didn't get. Actually, Shamu did not get me.
Really?
Yeah, because we didn't get in the Splash Zone because it was already taken.
Oh yeah.
No, they had this like little kiddie park that was literally just like a little miniature water park.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember it very well because I was like 5 or 6, I think. And I just remember like a little playground tunnel system that at random intervals
It
would
just splash.
spray you with water. like you go through a door, what you thought was a doorway, but as you go through the doorway, like a waterfall, like a water spray would get you like a little thing.
There are ogres in the Incredible Hulk.
No, that's a wizard ogre.
An ogre
I'm
match.
sorry, great. It's a Sorry, it's a great ogre.
Or
Oh.
green ogre. It could be a green ogre.
So Shrek.
Yeah.
We must kill it. Kill it before it spawns another sequel, Josh.
Somebody
Too
once
late.
told me your ass
They're
is gonna
already
get
working
kicked.
on it.
What did you say?
I said somebody once told me your ass is gonna get kicked.
The other time was at Universal Studios. They have a Popeye ride, water raft ride. Yeah, I understand public sentiment and all that, but I wrote that right before, but this time I'm remembering I rode with my cousins, and we go under this bridge, which people can stand on and just watch you. There's a little shithead of a kid was standing on the bridge with a giant cup of ice cold water to dump on people. And I saw him, and I'm like, don't you freaking do it. Like, I just look at him like, no, you don't. And that kid literally just aimed the entire thing right on me. I got ice cold water on me.
Man.
He aimed at you.
I went to flip him off, but he was a little younger, so I went like this. I did the L shape instead because I was already making the motion of flipping him off, so I quickly made it into an L for a loser. And he just laughs. He just laughs maniacally about that. I'm like,
You know he aimed specifically for you because you were going no.
oh yeah, I know why. That's why I said no.
So you hear that, kid? If Devin ever finds you, he's gonna beat your ass.
Oh no. We got back on the ride because my cousins had so much fun. And on the second route, the kid was still there. And I looked at him, he looked at me, he was like, you're back. I'm like, I'm back, bitch. And he went to do it again. And as soon as I seen him do it, I quickly just like got all over and just hit my seat.
Nice,
Like,
nice try, ass munch.
The kid just laughs his ass off at me. It's just
Fool
like,
me once, shame on you.
I knew where he was. I so wanted to just go over there and be like, aha! I just like run away.
Just pick him up and throw him.
Aha! Throw him over.
You know, I'm actually torn here.
Oh.
Dale doesn't have access to level 5 yet, but when he does, which one do I want to give him first? Cure 3, life or harm 3?
Life.
Probably life.
Life.
Yeah, make sure I can bring you guys back if I necessary.
Oh, so Dale, we're gonna talk about the Popeye ride. I discovered something interesting. So, because I talk about there's a Flash Gordon movie in the making.
Another one?
Yes, they're rebooting the series again. So like,
Like
man,
series or movie?
Movie.
Okay.
but I'm like, man, maybe we'll get a Defenders of the Earth extended universe style of movies.
That'd be
I
cool.
was looking up King Publications. Did
Wow.
you know that hypothetically, King Publications owns the syndication or the publication rights to Popeye? If they wanted to, they could put Popeye in the Defenders of the Earth.
Oh, that would be crazy.
And Shylock Fox.
That would be great.
Didn't you say Cuphead was also owned
Yes,
by...
King Publications is doing the Cuphead animated series on Netflix. So they could put Cuphead in there too.
Cuphead,
Oh,
Popeye,
boy.
Shylock's Fox.
Animated Cuphead thing on Netflix?
Yeah, they're working on an animated Cuphead series for Netflix.
I'm not angry about that. That sounds pretty.
From what I saw,
watch it.
I saw a preview trailer, and it looks like it's just episodes of a like that era kind of show. It's like,
I'm
okay,
not angry about that at all. That sounds like a.
yeah, sounds like it might actually be a,
But we're gonna put him in Defenders of the Earth with Flash Gordon and Phantom.
and Wayne Brady
Oh, I like Phantom.
will be
I like Phantom.
comedian Wayne
Comics.
Brady. He will be playing King Dice,
Who's King Dice?
the gambling guy with the
gambling
dice head.
Oh, sorry, they're talking about the
Oh, yeah.
universe. And then
Yeah.
we're talking
No,
He's on
Cuphead.
Cuphead.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, sorry, I had two different conversations.
Technically, we're talking about that Cuphead could be part of the Defenders of the Universe.
Yes.
Yes,
I
they
understand that, but I figured Dice Head was the Defending Universe thing. I'm like,
No.
what?
Well, more often than not, the Defenders of the Earth wound up fighting Ming the Merciless.
Oh, yeah, because he was the big bad.
Of Flash Gordon, anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, did the other ones have a major villain?
Not really.
Phantom kind of.
Phantom. There was a pirate.
I'll say, isn't Phantom's main villain just like shitty guys?
Pirates.
Shitty people?
Mostly pirates. There's like a pirate queen that he regularly encounters. I don't remember her name.
Well,
and,
congratulations, Ian. We now can ditch the nunchucks.
yes! I can finally fist some people!
Okay.
Oh, yes.
Wolves. We're gonna fist some wolves.
You can mightily fist these wolves.
Have you ever heard anyone sound more excited about that than he just did?
Well, he's waited so long.
I have been waiting to use my fist.
The worst thing about the new Masters of the Universe series on Netflix
No fisting?
No
Oh.
Fisto.
Oh, there's like 2 minutes of Fisto at all.
Oh gosh.
And that is a crime. It should be the Fisto show.
I fisted them, He-Man. I fisted them till I couldn't fist anymore.
It's like, I fisted them, He-Man. I fisted them hard, but I could not fist them all. It's like the comic writer had to know what he was writing.
He was probably sitting there laughing his ass off.
He knew what was
He
happening.
had a once in a million chance to do something, and he fucking did it.
There you go.
I would be making constant fisting jokes if I had a character named Fisto.
Yeah, you make the character Fisto specifically to make those jokes.
I'll go right over kids' heads, because let me tell you, everyone's complaining about having too much sexualized jokes in kids' media today. I'm like, I'm not worried about it at all. Because when I was a kid, I missed all of it. I went back and watched so many things when
we were kids, we had the Animaniacs.
Yes.
Animaniacs are great.
We got,
new.
I
We all
found
looked for Prince.
Yep. I found fingerprints. Nah, I don't think so.
Yeah. The new series is okay. The second season is coming up. And
Talking about Animaniacs?
Animaniacs.
on Hulu.
Yeah, they have a reboot series.
I didn't know reboot.
My problem is, see, I was never super into the Animaniacs themselves, and like a lot of the characters I actually like aren't in the Good Idea, Bad Idea. And
Pretty much the only ones that are back for the new season, as of the first one. I don't know about if they're gonna change that in the second season, but it's the Warners and Pinky and the Brain. That's it. None of the others.
The super popular ones.
Pinky and the Brain and Elvira.
Oh yes, at the end of their initial run when that happened.
Oh my God.
Pinky, Elvira, and the Brain.
Oh dear Lord.
I think it's funny that in the opening theme to the Pinky, Elvira, and the Brain theme, there's a comment in there is like, well, it's what the studio wants.
It's true. He didn't mean what
There's a line basically saying, but yeah, we did it because they're making us. But it's not like the Animaniacs were ever above meta humor anyway.
Right.
So I've seen a lot of clips of Animaniacs and all that, but as a kid, I never really watched them growing up.
The series is out on disc. Complete original series.
Cool.
You should get it and just
And
binge.
in the new series, we have a new reoccurring villain for Pinky and the Brain.
Oh gosh.
Julia.
Brain's ex-wife.
Yes, Julia Brain.
That's funny.
Well, you see, we got her origin story earlier in that season. He was going to go for a bid to be voted in as president, but he needed a first lady to seem appealing to the voting public.
Get the family vote, basically.
Yeah. Turns out Julia was a lot more popular, and people just wrote her in. So she was going to be president, and he was like, actually, this works. I can be the Svengali behind the scenes. That didn't really work out, as she wound up having a conscience.
Did it ever really work out for Brain the way he wants it to, though?
No,
Well,
because if it did, the series wouldn't be worth
Well,
it.
he kind of anticipated this and had implanted a mind control chip in her.
Oh.
So he was going, and in her attempts to fight it, it burned out, and the audience was supposed to believe that she died, or it injured her enough that she was just back to a regular field mouse.
Ow.
No, it turns out, no, she's just crazy now, out for revenge, and
Yeah, she has like little tiny swords in her hands.
It doesn't feel good.
yeah, the cat knitting.
Luckily, she's like an inch away from my nipple. That would suck. So
That sucks so hard to get a cat clawing your nipple. The stuff that winds up in these playthroughs. Which basically right now I'm just wandering around the general area we need to be. grinding, honestly.
We're leveling up.
Because what we need to keep going south until we go into the Earth Temple. But,
you know what it means when things go south, Josh?
yes, and that's exactly what's going to happen when we
Usually
go
it gets
there.
hotter.
Well, unless you're already at the hottest point, then it starts getting
Yeah, it
colder.
gets colder. What point were we at?
What's funny is this conversation could both be talking about the globe and cunnilingus.
Oh, good grief.
Depends on how you look at it.
Exactly.
There's some people who actually enjoy that, Ian.
Well, yeah, that's what I said. As you get south, it gets hotter until you're at the hottest point. Then it just starts getting colder
I
again.
appreciate
Unless you really like feet.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
That's true.
You like feet, Kitty?
But then wouldn't that be the hottest point if you really like?
That being said, south is not the same as down, Ian.
It is to me.
That's why I had a confused face. Look over there. I'm like, wait a minute. That's not south.
It is. It's south.
I mean, if you're laying down in just the right position,
Yeah.
going south would be good.
I only have sex when our bodies are facing north. It's like a feng shui thing.
Only
That's when I can feel really connected.
Your head must be your head must be pointed towards magnetic north.
Exactly.
All this compass will go. It really turns me on.
This cat is death glaring me while I'm eating all my...
You are going to take this. You are going to like me knitting your boobs.
You're allowed to kick her off.
We don't get mean to Catalina. She's a good old girl.
Well, I'm not saying like throw her across the
How old is she?
room. Just
She's super old.
You can
well.
fucking bolt
Damn,
cat.
you are an old.
Yeah, she's an old lady.
How's that, yeah?
What is it?
You can fucking bowl a cat. I only remember the punchline.
I don't. Oh. I don't remember.
It's like you gotta put a dog. When you place a dog down, you have to help him down, like place him like a gingerly old lady. But with a cat, you can just open your arms. You can fucking bowl a cat.
Yeah.
But
Hey
You
guys,
can too.
content warning. Skip forward about a minute if you don't want to hear a animal abuse joke. How do you make a dog sound like a cat? That you freeze it and set it to a table saw.
That's
How do you make a cat sound like a dog? Put a gasoline and pull a match on it. Oof.
Oh god. Jeez. You hear that? You're over here hurting me, and he's telling those jokes.
That's fucking
oh, she's
terrible.
hurting you out of love, though.
Yeah. Your face says something very different. She's like,
She just has resting bitch face. I think it's because her mouth is messed up.
yeah.
Like
It
the
makes
grumpy cat used to be.
It makes her look like. Well, her
I
jaws.
wasn't gonna draw attention to it.
At some point before we got her jaw's broken, so her lip kind of hangs weird, and it makes it look like she's got a snarl. And she just like her eyes aren't like big like a cat; she's kind of squinty.
So, Dale, you mentioned Grumpy Cat.
Yes.
Rest in peace, tartar sauce.
Oh,
Yeah, Grumpy Cat died.
So many times.
So that kind of reminds
Keyboard
me
cat,
of my
too.
sister's cat.
Oh yeah.
My
Let's be honest,
sister
Long
has
Cat's
this
probably gone.
Well,
great
most
cat,
likely.
and she literally has resting derp face.
Yeah.
Her eyes are like in two different directions, and she always has her tongue out like this.
I think that's so cute when cats do the
When they
tongue
suck
out
on the
thing.
tongue thing, yeah.
Oh, blep, isn't it?
That's
Yeah,
what it's
but-
called.
Oh, way to use furry lingo.
Me and Courtney just call it derp face.
But
Is that furry lingo?
Technically, it originated in the furry community,
That's funny.
along with beans,
But yeah.
referring to animal
Toe
paws,
Oh,
like the little toe
Yeah.
things, so they kind of look like little beans.
Beans.
so you're telling me all the cutesy wootsy lingo that people use for
Referring to animals, yeah, furries
that,
can.
that
Are
does not
you
surprise me.
If somebody
I was gonna
refers
say,
to
are
a
you
bean
surprised?
job, it's not what you think.
I assume because I assumed
I want to hear what this.
I assumed a bean job was going to work at a place that packages beans or something.
I figured a bean job would be like where you go steal beans. distance.
Roll that beautiful,
Like
beautiful
a bank
footage.
job.
Yeah.
Doggo?
Ow.
From the furry community?
Ow!
No, that was from
She literally
something
just
else.
pinched
Or
my
that's just a
nipple.
meme.
Aw.
That's just a
How
meme.
did you even
Hell
do
Hell
that?
yes, doggo.
How did you even do
Yay!
it?
At
She,
level
like,
10, I finally got my
grabbed-
level 4 spell
Jerk!
slot.
How many levels are there? 7?
So we're
Oh, there's
9.
9.
Why?
we're over here
No.
celebrating about getting a new
8.
level.
There's
while
8.
Caleb's being slowly pushed by a cat.
There are 8 levels of spell.
You can move her if you want.
No, just keep moving her paw. She puts it back, and then
Yeah.
she retracts her claws, and I'm like, ah, my skin is in there.
Not
Is
for
it?
long, it's not.
Yeah.
You'll live.
I'll
Caleb,
fix-
she is teaching you love.
I'll fix that.
It's tough love.
Yeah.
And her claws are huge and sharp.
Freaking ridiculous.
You know, unfortunately, the only bit of equipment I can get that we don't already have is super expensive for
Steel blade.
for Devon's.
Wow.
Steel armor is
Ooh.
45,000.
Oh, we can afford that. We're rich.
It's like we'll eventually be rich enough to get it.
Well, then,
don't
we'll-
have to go on the conveyor steel plate.
Yeah. Thankfully, at one point we picked up silver armor from somewhere, which
Yeah.
I actually can equip, so I did.
Ooh, yay.
Devon's got iron plate and an
Wait,
iron
so you have to
shield.
hit level 5 in order to actually have, like, steel equipment?
Oh no,
No,
the
it's just
equipment
a
is just if you can find it.
Yeah.
No, but I at level 10 I wound up picking up my level 4 spell slot,
Ooh.
Nice 2 and pure.
and
Yeah.
Dale's got pure.
Aren't you slightly behind with the spell slots and stuff?
Yes,
You're
I get them
primate.
slower.
Yes.
And Dale hasn't unlocked 5th level yet, but when he does, we have life available.
Woo!
Now, you guys
this kind
try
of,
not to die until then.
Well,
I make no fucking promises.
I,
I'm holding it live
spell
man as we
slots.
speak.
yeah, they
Yeah,
do
so
one.
similarly to 5e.
Yeah, it's
That's kinda cool.
it's once per day stuff. Yeah.
well, the game was an attempt to make a digital versions of Dungeons and Dragons.
Anyone want to play Hot Potato with a live grenade?
Sure.
Anyway,
Okay.
only if it's like a
I don't need,
confetti.
I'm already being mutilated over here. I don't need a grenade at it.
My girls have a hot potato thing. It's a stuffed potato that will count plays you can.
That's cool.
That game, yeah.
I still
yeah.
remember when I was a kid, we had one. It was a ball. And you put a water balloon in it and locked it.
Oh
Yeah.
yes.
It's a-
Yeah, I
and then when the time ran out, a needle would pop the water balloon, and spray with water.
It's like this is probably gonna do it for
Back when
me
you had
as a
needles and
red
pistols.
mage. I don't. If I get 5th level, I don't have a lot of options. So that's it for my magic for the most part.
I thought,
can't
I thought you were supposed to learn something really like big.
Oh, I think there's a level 5 spell, like one of them that I can actually get, but only as a red wizard, so that's gonna be a while.
I think me and Devin were talking about it.
I thought you
Can you get like flare?
No.
Nuke.
Nuke is black mage only.
Only
I'm-
black
okay.
mages learn nuke.
Level 8 ultimate destructive power spell.
Because back then they were only allowed to have 4 letters, so they had to
Yeah.
Oh
mark it
yeah,
down.
yeah.
But over in Japan they use like flare with like FRRE, I think.
Yeah. Well,
Or Japanese characters for flare because
yeah, because
Japanese can have characters.
especially if you're writing in kanji.
But we Americans decided to call it nuke instead.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense.
Well, I think looking at the power on left on the computer, this is probably a good point to probably think about stopping it for now.
Nah.
Alrighty.
Fine by me.
Heck yeah, we got steel armor. We got.
We have that as an option for later, yeah.
I mean, we don't have steel armor yet. We're working
Oh,
on
okay.
steel armor. Working our way to steel armor.
I hope by next time we'll start marching towards the Earth Cave and see if we can actually survive down there. If we do, we'll start robbing the heck out of it and then trying to kill the vampire and then the lich and then save the Earth Crystal.
And
Heck
then
yeah.
the spoiler.
Alrighty.
What? Then the spoiler.
Yeah, well.
We're not supposed to know about the lich yet.
I already read that.
It's true that is supposed to be a thing, but Devin already knew.
I didn't know that was a thing.
I mean, what year is it?
I just knew it was a thing because of Final Fantasy 9.
Yeah. Anyway, well, we won't see you, and you technically won't see us. You'll see this sprite thing, but you'll see this sprite thing in the next episode.
Well, the
Prepare my
sprite things aren't
sexy
named
voice.
after us.
Except for this one, which is a not name for Devin, but a character name for Devin.
But we don't have enough. We don't have 5 letters. Seriously.
Yeah. And it could have been,
Could have been Devi.
it could have been Devin. Could have been
Or
just Dev. Dev's not here, man.
Desi.
Dev in.
I would accept that one. Why don't you use a fucking O or an A?
It wouldn't. It'd be just D-E-V-N. It was stuck to 4 letters.
I know.
He could be Devon, DV.
Hold on, wait, don't.
Because I keep telling him to get the tables.
Anyway,
Which he has not done yet.
you will see Mizu here next time. Bye.